Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California's sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
.360 the Poet here, informing you that the scariest show to hit Las Vegas is coming this October to the Arts District. Abandon your fears and enter into our haunted asylum where the mind of the Marquis de Sade, the most notorious writer in history, comes to life. Immerse yourself in Las Vegas's newest haunted show. Join us at Vegas Theater Company in the Downtown Arts District and scream with abandon. Show is R-rated, not suitable for those under 17. Tickets available at abandonvegas.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
What's up? Happy Saturday, each and every one of you, and thank you for joining the Comedy Cypher on Hot 7025 FM with your host, comedian Ardie Hollingsworth, Black 11 Entertainment. Dope guest only. We'll introduce those folks in a second. And I'm joined by the best studio engineer in the land. Camille handles the money for the tickets, and E handles the knobs behind board. I turn to my guest and I say, do you see E pushing the buttons? She's over there and she's pushing the buttons. She's cooking. She's pushing the buttons. It's a Comedy Cypher. I gave y'all a little bit of my Cosby impersonation because I'm just that good as a comedian. You see that? You see how that goes?
We did. We saw it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening. Listen, we got a dope show today on the Comedy Cypher. We are talking real estate. Part 2 of our real estate discussion. We had my man Mark Arsenault on last week, the Creole sensation, and he'll be joining us again this week with a beautiful, talented, and tatted Sabrina Brooks, and she's going to introduce herself in a second. But before we get into all of the, intelligent stuff, what happens to the music, E?
I don't know.
Okay, man, a little music.
It's a day.
Hum something in the background, E.
You know I can sing.
Yeah, I see you keep saying you can sing, but I've never heard you sing. Sing something for us, E.
Why don't you sing something?
Why don't you sing something? Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's hear something.
You can run me some bread.
Run you some bread, you can sing? Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Oh, you don't sing for free?
No.
That brings up a great point. Yes. Listen, as a professional, I'm with you, because I got a couple of emails and text messages over the past couple weeks, and I wasn't even going to speak on this. Usually shit gets under my skin, and I may say something either here on the show or on social media, but drop the music for dramatic effect, because I'm going to make a point. Don't fucking call me to perform on your show if you ain't got no budget. Turn the music back up.
Oh my goodness.
Do not call me. Listen, and I'll tell you why. Black 11 Entertainment in 2023 alone, right? I pride myself on giving opportunities to comics, the local Las Vegas artist community, and I have spent well over 6 figures producing shows this year out of my own fucking pocket. So, and that's putting money in comics and singers. You can turn the music back up. Comics and singers and DJs and everybody, right? Videographers, photographers, everybody, right? So don't fucking call me on no bullshit talking about, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that. No, I don't want to do it. This is what I do for a living. This is how Cameron and Parker gets fed, how the mortgage gets paid, and we don't do shit for free. I haven't had an internship since the 90s, and I haven't had an unpaid internship since then. So no, this is our career. When you call people for their professional services, call them with a budget in mind, or don't fucking call them at all. All right? Amen. Church say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right. What else is going on in ridiculous news this week? There's been a lot of lists floating around these old internets. Look, I don't like y'all. I don't like y'all. Y'all use the internet for poor purposes. Making these lists, talking about where a person could take you to dinner and Cheesecake Factory, what's on the list, what's off the list, and all. It's all foolish, all right? You're throwing a blanket assumption or a blanket approach to dating is foolish. Everybody dates at their different budgetary levels. Ain't that right, Big E? Everybody got different standards out here in these streets.
Based off of your, I guess, where you are in life.
Yeah.
I'm in my 20s. I got different standards. In my 30s,
you go to Cheesecake Factory. You
40s.
Bust it open for some Applebee's and you're 25, huh?
No, actually, I wouldn't. I was pretty rich when I was.
Not you. We knew you flip bricks. You El Chapo over here. I'm talking about a regular little Forever 21 working.
And it's Jefe.
Administrative assistants out here with high demands. Here's what I say. Here's what I say. I'll say on this subject.
Because if you are an administrative assistant in your 40s, right, that can mean a whole different tax bracket than when you're in your 20s.
Oh, we're talking about the 20-year-old administrative assistant, the one that's just happy to have that job.
That? Why do we even care about that?
Because those are the people that's mostly dating. Most people I know in the orbit in your 40s.
I literally just got married. How many days? What's today?
Again, your situation ain't everybody's situation. I'm here for the people.
I'm saying grown women are dating. That's
yes,
what I'm
grown
saying.
women are dating. And I think grown women have to level set their expectations is my point.
Oh my goodness.
Level set your expectations.
Date whomever you choose.
No, level set your expectations out here in these streets so you're not at home every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Listen, had my husband took me to Applebee's,
he wouldn't be your husband?
Absolutely not.
But he would be somebody else's husband. Bars for Ardie Hollingsworth.
There'd
be a chick out there happy to eat that.
No, he would
go to take her to Chili. She be humming the goddamn commercial. I want my baby back.
But he would have probably got some ass.
Right.
Because if in my 40s, right, if someone asked me to go to Applebee's, we're smashing. Nothing more
have
to
you ever
that.
taken a course in statistics?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, where do we draw inference from in statistics? From the cluster or from the outlier?
It's gonna be
from the cluster or the outlier? Can the witness answer a simple question, Your Honor?
It's gonna be from the outlier.
What? He failed statistics. No. I just want to go ahead and tell you that.
But I'm saying that because it's categorized.
You see how women will lie to make their point.
It's just like when we're taking polls, right? They might take a college poll. They might take a poll from black folks, right? They're gonna take a poll from the good wholesome white people. They're gonna take a poll from these different areas. It's not always clustered.
No, I'm giving you the Martin Luther King. That's what I used to do when I ran programs for ex-offenders and people was lying to me. I would give them a Martin Luther King pose. Like, that shit, wow, that shit crazy. Go ahead, Yee.
I think you could date to your class level. Period.
I agree. I would tend to agree with that.
Don't take a rich chick.
But what I'm saying is, okay. Rich
on
chick.
The first date.
On the first date to Applebee's.
We're talking first date. Remember
what I'm saying is,
I'm going to Applebee's when we leave here. As a matter of fact, because happy hour is from 3 to 6.
You want to go to Applebee's?
They have $1 margaritas.
$1 margarita. Y'all better watch out drinking dollar margaritas at Applebe's. I don't know what the hell kind of tequila they putting in there.
No, but you can get. That's the whole purpose. You buy the $1 one.
And
get the top shelf. Boom, $5.
E giving y'all budget restaurant life hacks. That's what I'm talking about.
I do what I can.
E, you are for the people.
I just
hit that applause button for E.
Listen, I am for the people, definitely.
You ain't for the. We gonna get. Are you? We gonna get into it. We gonna get into relationship status, marital status, employment status. status, all of that stuff here on the Comedy Cypher. Let's do this. All right. I'm tired of arguing with you, E. What else are we going to talk about? We talked about the list. Oh, let's talk about one of the other thing. I want to get your intelligent black woman opinion on this. Chime in on this Dwight Howard situation as I understand it. Here's the thing that I don't like. You can do what you want in the privacy of your own bedroom. That's on you. I don't like people being shamed for their sexuality, be it gay, straight, bisexual, however they choose to identify. And what I hate about you people outside. You people outside. Here's what I hate about you people outside. Y'all love labels. And y'all don't love labels as identifiers of other people. Y'all love labels to help you better classify people, to help your level of understanding of their life and who they are, which is unfair. So the fact that it makes y'all comfortable if Dwight come out and wave his hands and say I'm gay, wave his hands and say I'm bisexual, wave his hands and give you any label to help you more comfortably identify him, it's just wrong on your part. So the dude can do what he wants. Where I do draw the line is accusations of sexual assault. As you know, Ardie Hollingsworth, if you know me, I am anti all of that bullshit. There's too much free ass and all of that stuff out here for you to be out here assaulting somebody. So we'll draw the line at that. We'll let the courts decide and let the legal process take its place. But I just wanted to get my thoughts out on that. So,
so you didn't want my thoughts.
I want to get my thoughts out, and then I wanted you to react to it. I was just about to act. Look, jumpy black woman. Her husband walked in, y'all, and she got the Tina Turner thing. She was like, "Ooh, let me straighten up and fly right."
right.
Her husband walked in. He gave her the wink and the gun.
I'm eating
and
all
she
the
got
cake.
all flustered.
I'm eating all the cake.
Go ahead, Big E. Give us your thoughts.
What's the question on that in particular?
On Dwight Howard, the whole thing.
Me
situation.
being a part of the LGBTQ community.
Oh, y'all got accents.
Okay.
Y'all put the little thing over the.
I have been part of the LGBTQIA community up until I got swept off my feet. Now I'm delivered, right?
Whoa. That was a joke, right?
That was a joke.
I know.
Only because my husband says that. You delivered now.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
But women are absolutely stunning.
It's dick and gay. You found Jesus.
But I think that Dwight can do whomever and whatever it is that he chooses to do.
Let me get that rebound.
And that.
It's the Comedy Cypher. You know we gonna crack jokes. Keep going.
Boy. Sorry, Dwight.
Would you apologize for him for? He had a good ass time.
The accusations might be a little bit far-fetched, and only because there was leaked, messages between them that basically was saying like, "Hey, this person's gonna be here." And this is my thing. I think that what happened was, old boy got there. Now, Kitty was a man with a wig on. Period. Okay, so I'm just imagining Kitty probably had a whole full beard, looked like a whole
Boise Lamb Kitty.
Looked like a whole basketball player with a terrible wig on, and
yeah, Kitty.
And when he got there, when the other dude got there, he was like, "Oh nah, this ain't it." But he knew what it was.
Kitty was too ugly to fuck. Is that what you're trying to say? I had to go ahead and lay it out for y'all, Comedy Cypher. She over here being political.
Kitty wasn't it. So, okay, with all of that said, okay, I think that, and then too, he proceeded to allow himself to get fellatio, right? Yeah. He allowed himself to get fellatio.
Without a fight.
With no fight,
yeah,
right?
There's going to be a fight.
Ooh.
It's going to be a fight.
No, I am not a victim shamer. Okay, because in the event that was the case, hey.
I'm just saying what a rational dude would do, but go ahead.
What would a rational dude do?
Fight. Fight. We go find me 100 rational dudes outside. Right. The answer gonna be the same.
Right.
Fight.
Right. And I think that would be the case, right? That's what I am thinking. If I'm this guy, I'm not just letting you give me fellatio. And I'm cool
you ain't gonna
with
sit
it.
back with your hand behind your head doing a Karl Malone pose, just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, no, no. Kitty ugly. I'm not doing it. I just can't. That's just me. So I do think that there are some things that are a little bit far-fetched in it. I think that, and then did you know Kitty took him home?
You got a lot of time on your hand to be reading all this stuff.
Well,
but this is what you do,
for a living.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
The sources, which I cannot reveal. Okay, so
E was there with a camera.
Kitty, I cannot confirm or deny. Okay, but Kitty took old boy home afterwards.
Oh, he was an Uber driver too. Look at that. This is 5-star service.
What is really going on? Okay, but
all
anyway,
right, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's our ratchet hour. Start off the comedy side, we got to do a little bit of the ratchet street stuff, to keep the sexy red generation tuning in to the comedy Cypher.
The question is, did they go to Applebee's?
They did. They got the.
He had a private chef. He knows. So my co-host, just real quick, my co-host said that what happened was old boy got there and he wasn't getting paid the same amount as Kitty. He was paying.
Why you cashing out, bro? Oh my God. Okay.
Allegedly.
Somebody deliver Dwight Howard, please.
Deliver from what?
Deliver from this bullshit he involved in. Your husband want to call at Dwight.
Don't do me.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'll fight you. I ain't old boy.
You say old boy. That's what I'm talking about, Big E. Listen, Comedy Cypher, let's switch over to our intelligent topic of the day. Let's get some people on the path to home ownership, man. I am joined by two dynamic guests. Put these two melanated, beautiful black people on the screen. I got them both on the screen, y'all. If we was on some Ken and Barbie, we'd meld them together, make them have a little good-looking baby. They Creole and Belizean.
What's happening,
and they slang real estate. Look at them. Look at them.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
All right, we are joined by real estate professional, commercial, and residential side, Mark Arsenault. Y'all seen that good brother last week. And we are joined by another real estate professional, Miss Sabrina Brooks. So I'm going to kick it to Sabrina first. Y'all don't know her. So Sabrina, introduce yourself to the people. Tell them how long you've been in the real estate game.
Okay, well, I've been in real estate for just over 4 years, always residential. Mm-hmm. I've been at Keller Williams the whole entire time. Happy where I'm at. Yeah.
On a raise, y'all. Keller Williams is just letting you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let me get closer.
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams the whole time. Mm-hmm. I help people buy, sell, invest. I also do rentals. Okay. A lot of real estate agents out here don't take care of rentals for people, but
you'll get them in that apartment.
I
3D.
Get them in there, and I try to get them set up.
Real quick, seen the theme song, The Good Times. Real quick.
Ain't we lucky?
All right, she official like a referee with a whistle. I love black people. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And she can belt out the theme, The Good Times.
The part everybody knows.
On cue, residential rentals, buy, sell, lease, all of that good stuff. All right, we're going to get into the specifics. Let me kick it over to my man Mark and reintroduce yourself to the peoples.
What's happening, everybody? This is Mark, the Creole realtor out here. As Ardie likes to put it, the pretty boy. So, we're over here at Key Realty Southwest. Mm-hmm. We handle this, kind of the same thing across the board. We do the residential, commercial, rentals, all of that. We have our own property management branch out there as well. So a lot of brokerages out here in competition.
Yeah, man, a lot of competition, a lot of buyers and sellers in the market, man. And I'll just kind of tee up our discussion from last week. And while I think this topic is so important, from a financial perspective, home ownership is the key to building their foundational generational wealth for your family. As home prices appreciate, if you know anything about science, you can't produce more land mass. All right, so home prices appreciate. You need to own a piece of the rock, of this little spinning rock that we're on, and I think that's the best investment for your money, for yourself, for your family. You plant roots, become a part of a community. And that's a wise investment and one of the most expensive investments that we make. But a lot of the disheartening news that we're seeing in the marketplace right now is due to rising cost of money, with interest rates going up, and then rising home prices due to supply and demand characteristics that you learned way back in economics. So, Sabrina, give us your outlook and overview of the Las Vegas market, and then if you want to give us some insight into the national market and give us some tips and that you would advise some of your clients, be it on the buy side or the sell side, to deal with the current market conditions. I know that's a really long question, but you're educated. Go ahead, take it.
That is a long question, so I'll start at the top. Right now, and over the past few years, we've always been projected to have about a 4% appreciation in the market, right? Mm-hmm. And so that means every year the value of your home is going up. We know that rent prices are higher, and we know, like you said, money costs more. The interest rates keep going up, and they're projected to go up one more time before the end of the year.
Yeah, which is, I don't want to get into a Fed monetary policy, but Biden administration, listen.
Supply and demand is what's keeping the Las Vegas market going.
Feds stop raising the interest rates.
Yeah, like I shared last week, we got about 115 people moving to Vegas every single day.
Jesus. California, stay home.
It's actually most of them are coming from California. Most of them are not. California is number 3. We got people coming down from Alaska, Hawaii, from Texas.
Stay y'all ass home too.
Yep, those are the main people that are coming right now.
And we don't need that Texas energy. Yeah.
Hey.
We don't need it. Yeah, we don't need
so
that.
Since money costs more now, right? Yeah. It's harder for people who make lower incomes, around less than $75,000 a year, to secure a property, right?
Yeah.
The benefit, the only benefit that we're really seeing to lighten the load is a bunch of new build communities, right? Because they are able to throw out lower interest rates here and there. I think right now Lennar is throwing out 1 in the 3s. Right, for this week, right? And so they can compete with people who are just doing a regular resale on a house, and where you're paying 7.5%, 8% in order to borrow that money. Your buying power is so low that you don't qualify for anything. You can't afford anything. So we're going into like a California state of mind where it's got to be 2 incomes, 2 people, in order to get qualified and move into anything.
2 income. We had Andrea. She said, "I need a man to buy me a house."
Me too.
I see it. Andrea, shout out to you. Shit, you talking about house on the first date?
Right, exactly.
Over Applebee's.
Let's talk about a house on the first date.
Let's talk about a house on the first date.
Yeah, let's talk about your credit score on the first date, because we got to think about having a roof over our head, right?
We do. You don't want to be Florida and James singing a good time.
Focus is home and shelter and food on the table.
Yeah,
and right now, both of those are really too expensive. But you got to look at the forecast, right? Rents are still going to go up.
Right.
So even though you're like, oh, it costs so much money and my mortgage is going to be so high, here in a year or two, that rent's going to match it.
Yeah.
And they can keep going up. We don't have rent control out here. So you got to secure yourself with something, and you secure yourself with a mortgage. Because at the end of the day, if you want to move, just sell the house.
Wise words. Let's kick it over to Mark, man. Let's get your perspective on kind of the same thing. Current market conditions and what can people do to best prepare themselves.
So kind of a lot of like what we talked about last week, that financial responsibilities plays the major role in it. Like she said, supply and demand, that plays a big role in the market. As far as rates go and price go, supply and demand overrides that. If somebody has something you want, like I said, you're going to pay for that, right?
Let's model the situation as a real estate pro for both of you guys. I'm going to give you guys a scenario. Young, single professional, let's call her E over here, all right? Young, single professional comes to you. She has a decent income. Give me a decent income, E. You're 28 years old. You want to invest in the market and buy a home. Let's say you're making, and give me a number. 120 at 28. All right.
120
at 28. Okay. We'll go ahead. There's some 28-year-olds out here working at Walmart that hate your guts right now. But let's say 120. You're 28 years old. She walks into you, Mark. What do you tell her?
So here's the biggest problem, you see in the market is going to be the down payment. Everybody's, struggling with. Of course, if you're making $120,000, hopefully at that point you have enough responsibility to put some money aside.
Let's say E like Louis Vuitton and them shoes with the color on the bottom of them.
You got to adjust that lifestyle. Adjust that lifestyle to put the money where it's important, right? You need a house. You need a house to live. That clothes can come later. Like I said, you don't want to be bringing on any extra expenses.
Keyword.
When you're looking at any additional or extra non-necessary expenses when you're looking at a house.
Keyword, talk about sacrifice, man. Sabrina, when you have a buyer, let's say a buyer that's not pre-approved, they're coming to you and they're like, "Oh, Sabrina, I saw you on that Handsome Guys radio show and you was all melanated and beautiful. Not as beautiful as him, but you was cool. How can you help me get a house?" What would you tell them?
Oh, the first thing that I'm going to suggest is check your credit.
Okay.
All right. See where your credit is.
And how can they check their credit?
They can check their credit anywhere. They can check their credit through their bank. They can check their credit through their credit card apps. They can check it through Credit Karma.
Yep.
They can check it at, I believe, FICOscore.com.
I'm going to give you another one. From my time in the financial industry. Everybody's entitled to 3 free copies of their credit report each and every year. Go to annualcreditreport.com.
That's one.
Annualcreditreport.com. You can get your actual credit report from all 3 bureaus. So that's the first step. Check your credit.
Right.
And why is it important to check your credit? We're going to get you to chime in on this.
Because also, your credit score and your credit report will dictate what your interest rate is. It'll dictate if somebody deems you worthy of borrowing their money or not.
Right.
And so that can change the difference between $50,000 worth of buying power in credit score.
So credit score, what are the other major components to that pre-qualification? We got credit score was the other major component.
You got your DTI, which is your debt to income ratio.
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
a big one. Again, that's that financial responsibility. If you got these credit cards with a whole bunch of debt, you got cars with debt, say you co-sign for other people, more debt, all this debt accumulated, they're going to look at all of that.
Yeah.
Your credit score is one thing, your debt to income is another one.
And that third big one is what? We talked about that. We talked about that down payment, but that income. Yeah, that income and what you're doing, that source of income. So you get those three major things in place and you get what's called a pre-approval, right?
Correct.
Pre-approval allows you to do what? Tell the people.
It allows you to go shopping. It lets you know what your price point is.
Because Mark and Sabrina ain't about to drive you around in their car.
I was just having this conversation yesterday with my best friend.
You're not about to get an agent to drive you around. You out here window shopping on a Saturday without a pre-approval.
Everybody wants it. Hey, I want to see this. I want to see that. Hey, can I go see these properties?
And what do you ask them?
You got to say, hey, my thing that I bring to them, well, the first step in this is normally getting a pre-approval. We have to know what you're qualified for.
Correct.
It protects you and the seller. I don't want to go show you a house that's a house of your dream, and then come to find out you're not qualified.
Not qualified to purchase, all right?
You know, with these rates right now, somebody may look at a house saying, okay, this is just hypothetically saying $300,000-$400,000. I can afford that. But with these rising rates, all of a sudden that payment they expected to be paying is not. Yeah. They're looking at another $1,500 on top of that payment what they thought they were going to be paying.
Absolutely.
So,
and Sabrina mentioned something interesting a few minutes ago when she talked about Lennar being able to, a new home builder, being able to play around with the rates. There's a market rate, and then new home builders can offer incentives. How is that possible? Can you give the people a little insight on that?
Yeah. So what they do is they have a bucket of money, and they have a set budget for these special incentive rates, because what they're trying to do is attract buyers. So what they do is nationwide, they'll have a few $1 million, a few $100,000 set to the side, and then they advertise these rates. As long as your credit can still get you approved for that, or they do have programs to help you out, you can get that rate. Once they run out of that money, they're back to their regular market interest rates until the next time they fill that bucket up again. So a lot of places out here in Vegas are doing it. About every other month, you'll see a special interest rate out there for people. So you really gotta have you a realtor that knows how to shop around and pay attention.
I was hoping you get to that. Let's talk about. I want to kick it to you, Mark, on this subject. This great segue. The importance of a professional. The importance of a professional. Give us your thoughts on that, Mark. The importance of working with a professional, navigating the biggest financial purchase that one will make in their life.
So like you said, buying a house is normally going to be the largest expense that someone takes on in their life. And hiring a realtor is pretty much the biggest thing that you're doing is legality. All the legality is taken off, the stress taken off of you, the worries. If you have another side, say you're a buyer trying to represent yourself, and you're going head to head with a realtor that's been in the game for say 15, 20 years, they're experienced, they know how to negotiate, they have negotiating skills. How can you compete with that with as yourself? You're not you don't have those skills.
People do this every day.
To hire a realtor is pretty much taking that legality the legal responsibilities off of somebody else, right?
And let's talk about Sabrina and get your thoughts on this. Working with a client, have you ever had to fire a client or a client fired you? Can you switch realtors?
Yeah, you can absolutely switch real estate agents. So what we try to do, what we're taught to do over at Keller Williams, is to get a buyer brokerage agreement signed, right? That's a contract between your client and your brokerage. You can always get out of that.
Name on the dotted line.
You can always get out of that, and you can always switch realtors. So it's definitely an easy thing to do.
In your experience, and I'll kick it to you, Mark, also on this, why would a client switch realtors?
Some people don't mesh well, right? Some people have expectations that aren't met. You could have a real estate agent that just isn't performing, or you could have clients that you don't jive well with. So I've had to fire some clients. I've had to fire 2 clients in the same month one time, and it was because they didn't value my expertise in the way that they should, and it was into COVID, and they were buying a new build home, and as the new construction home market just went through the roof, The new construction company stopped paying a buyer agent co-op. So the cost for your real estate agent, therefore, it ended up falling on them.
Your pocket.
And while we had the conversation up front, like I do with anybody who wants a new build, as it progressed and it went from 3% to a flat fee to 0, they were like, oh yeah, you deserve to get paid, but we're just not going to be the ones to pay you. And so they got fired.
So the way that works is the seller is initially responsibility is their responsibility to pay both sides of the commission for the buyer and the seller. They are actually dabbling on that to try to switch that up right now. It was funny when I became a realtor. That was a big thing. I actually brought that up. I said, why is my client not paying me and the other client's paying me? It just didn't make sense to me. But, you know, as the seller, you're the one getting the capital, you know, that money, the capital gain. So you got the funding, the buyers, you know, in a sense, coming to the table with money, putting down more money. So I guess that's the only reason they actually did that. But they are actually trying to possibly change that right now. Yeah,
I was going to say, you ever envision a time where there is a flat fee for service when you want to work with a professional? I mean, if you go to a doctor, you're working with a professional. You go to any other professional services, you know, company, financial agent or financial advisor or whatever, you're going to pay a fee or a commission, you know, and whatnot. So do you ever envision the time of that totally changing in the marketplace?
I hope not.
You hope not? Yeah.
It's commission based, so it's rough. You know, you don't get paid until everything's said and done and somebody has the keys, right? So in essence, all of us, whether we're the buying or the selling agent, we're working for free until something happens. So, and that's one of the things that plays into our commission being what it is. But all commissions are negotiable. Like there's no set amount that anybody has to pay to anybody at any time for any service. Everything's negotiable. So
everything is negotiable.
That's a great point, man. This is why I got y'all on here. You got some shout outs here, Sabrina, the best there is.
Am I? Come buy a house with me.
Hey, Lamar. Sabrina, the best there is. All right, because some realtors. That's your son. Oh, okay.
Hey, he's gonna buy a house from you. He has no choice.
So we're shopping right now. We're shopping right now for his first property.
Oh,
so.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask that question too. You guys been in the game. You said 4 years in the game. How long you been in it, Mark?
Going on 7 years now.
4 years, 7 years. Any advice to people that are looking to possibly become an agent?
Whew, save your money.
So
you said save your money?
Yeah.
Well,
okay. We're gonna let you unpack that.
Here's the thing: becoming a realtor, you know, a lot of people look at TV. They're like, "Oh man, I'm just these $1 million listings, this and that. I'm gonna make a millionaire."
Look at
this
Mark
and that.
with the flowers on his shirt. I'm gonna give you one of them.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, you gonna get you some flowers.
Fly, man.
I know it is. I'm shouting out. It's a fly ass shirt.
So
make me want to be a real estate agent. Put on a flower shirt on a Saturday. Shit.
Here's the thing. I tell all new agents, you got to put in work. You got to grind. The moment you stop putting in work, the moment you stop working and grinding is the moment you stop getting paid. This is not that kind of industry where you just put your phone on the counter and sit back and wait for it to ring.
Yeah.
There's more than 30,000 agents in this city alone.
Damn.
Over 80% of those realtors won't practice after the first year.
Yeah.
Normally, with any business that you do, you're looking at 3 to 5 years to start turning a profit. People don't understand that.
Right.
You get into real estate, they just want to start making money, make money. Most of the time, you have realtors in their first year that don't even do a single transaction. You got to learn the job, the skill. You're taking training, taking classes. Your first years are not about just going out there selling the house. It's not just knocking on the door, let me sell you your house. That's
good
not the
game,
way it works.
my brother. Good game, my brother. I appreciate that. I love that, man. Listen, so many people don't know my background is a career counselor, man. So I would do job shadow and job matching exercises with people who are always looking to get into a certain profession, because I love the way you started off that explanation with what people see and then the realities of the situation.
Yep.
I used to have people come to me, I want to be a pediatric nurse. I'm like, okay, you don't just get to deliver the healthy babies. you get the stillborn ones and the birth defects and all. Like let's really get into the nuances of the day in the life of that professional, because I think there's a certain level of respect that goes along with the professionalism when you understand the nuances of that job. So give us your thoughts on that, because you said save your money, but unpack that for us a little bit. Anybody looking to become a real estate agent?
Yeah, well, saving your money actually goes off of just like what Mark said. Like you might be in your first year and you don't sell a single house. So how do you pay your bills, right?
You're struggling.
So
you out here dating dudes at Applebee's.
Exactly. So you got a lot of fees to pay.
Your broke ass.
You got a lot of fees to pay up front. You got dues at your office. You got MLS dues.
In your pockets. You ain't making no
money
for advertisement.
In your pocket. Right. You got to pay for gas. You got to pay for everything.
What do y'all do to get your name out there? We're going to talk about that.
A lot. But yeah, so save your money. That way you can, just like with any other small business that you start, and any other lender that wants to give you a loan, they want you to have a certain amount of savings, about 6 months worth of savings before you get started. That way you can sustain until you start turning your profit. So when I say save your money, I mean save your money in order to have your startup costs, and I mean save your money in order to pay your bills until you make that first sale. A lot of real estate agents, they come in with a person in their pocket. So they come in with that first sale, and then it's like, well, what do you do after that? Where do you make your money after that? Me personally, I started out in October. I got my first clients in November. They didn't close on a house until April. And that was my first sale, my first clients from my first open house. It took that whole long time. So if I was waiting on that to pay my bills, I would have been evicted while I'm helping other people find a house.
A homeless real estate agent.
Yeah, a homeless real estate agent. Yeah, so save your money. You got to go to
basketball
school.
player with no ball.
With a milk crate, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did a joke about that in California one time. I was like, man, California got homeless real estate agents.
They probably
so
do.
It's expensive to live out there. Like,
and in their cars, man.
Yeah, man.
Driving around,
paying for gas. I've had some rough patches.
We got
myself.
some questions, man. I like the chat blowing up and said, how can you do sales in multiple states? Let's talk about that. Can you represent buyers in multiple states?
So there's two licenses you get. You get a national license, which covers nationwide, and then you have your state license, which each state you go to, they're going to have their own laws and guidelines that you got to follow. So you just got to get your state license out the way in each state, and that's it. You lock down
with another brokerage.
Just get a brokerage. Okay. It can be the same or a different one, and that's it. You're
able a conglomerate.
You're able to sell real estate in any
closet full of them flowered shirts. Is it true that some realtors squatting y'all vacant houses? Who, Andrea? Who you know?
Andrea.
You know what?
Girl, if you don't get off this radio.
You know what? That's actually a real question.
It's a real question.
I've never seen it.
You know what?
But I wouldn't.
That realtors be squatting in the houses and they're listing.
It's not just realtors. You got real squatters and realtors.
You got some companies that put squatters in their vacant houses to keep other squatters out.
Oh, good. Yeah. You got a controllable squatter. Like, you can stay until we tell your ass you got to go.
Yeah.
I don't personally know any realtors that have done this, but I have heard of realtors that this is just man, I shouldn't even say this on there because they're gonna have some realtors like, that's a good idea.
So when y'all threw the party at the mansion, Mark,
there you go. That's exactly what it is. New
I've
Year's
been in
Eve,
some houses where I'm like, dang, this would be nice.
It's New Year's Eve, party's over, and you got to drive across town, or they go right down the street and find a vacant house and stay the night. I have heard that have happened.
Man.
Hey, Uber.
That's crazy.
Say, I told you I was gonna say this, and there's gonna be some realtors like, oh, that's a good idea.
Andrea,
it's better than the DUI.
Don't do that.
Andrea,
don't do that.
Thanks for teeing up. Thanks for teeing up the criminal enterprise question.
And before the question comes up, that's how you lose your license.
Was she that's how you said she needed a man to help her buy a house? Was that her?
Oh no, she got her own house. She's on house number 2.
What you do, Andrea? You want to go to Cheesecake Factory? Reply in the chat. Let me know. All right, what else we have out there? I want to get these questions answered. What do y'all do to get your name out there? What y'all do to get your name? What do you do to get your name out there?
I hate to sound like a capitalist, but the more hands you shake, the more money you make.
That sounds like a politician. Go ahead.
You got to network. You got to advertise. You got to be all over the social media. Everybody's on social media. So that's like the #1 free place to do it. Of course, you can pay for like Facebook ads and whatnot. Yep. You got your own website. You got shows like this. Thank you, Ardie.
You're welcome.
You got to go outside and you got to meet people, right? And you got to let them know nonstop, everybody in your entire world.
I got houses for sale. I got them houses.
I'm a realtor. I do it every day. Yes.
As far as the real grind goes, like I was talking about, when I first got into real estate, I was out there knocking doors. I lost weight. I was walking neighborhoods, just literally knocking on doors, introducing myself, telling what I have to offer, what I can do. On top of that, joining organizations around your city, right? Yep. There's multiple organizations and events you go to, right? Market yourself. That's all it is. It's putting your business out there.
Network.
It's not going to come to you. It's not going to come to you until you make a name
There's a local
yourself.
agent, I forget her name. She works our neighborhood, and she did something I thought was, she gave us, you get the whole stats on what your home is worth, and she had all these pictures of our house, my car, my wife's car in the driveway, my kids' decorations out on the porch. The shit felt invasive. So while I appreciate your marketing hustle,
we get a little cringe.
Catch you outside my house taking pictures like the feds one more time. Because I'm like, damn, baby, where you live? Let me take pictures of you. You know what I'm saying? She got a picture up there. She got a key, and it was this whole market analysis.
I was about to say, if she's doing a market analysis, that's part of the job.
I get it, but I just felt naked. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. We farm areas, right, that we want to do business in, and we get to know the neighbors and they get to know us, and that way we stay top of mind so that when they're ready or they know somebody that they call us first. So I send out email blasts to certain specific neighborhoods. I send out mailers to those same neighborhoods. I knock on the doors. Holidays I give gifts and candy.
Let's role play. Knock on my door. Go ahead. How would you? I'm gonna come downstairs. I'm gonna have my Golden State Warriors pajama pants on and a tank top. My hair gonna be nappy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come downstairs. I'm gonna see you standing on my porch. What you gonna say to me? And my pants got a little hole in them too.
In the front or the back?
No, it's right here on the thigh part.
On the thigh.
On the thigh part. That's how I come out.
Well, usually I'm door knocking for an open house or for a holiday.
What the hell you want? What the hell you want? What you want?
Hi, my name is Sabrina. I'm a realtor. I am your neighbor. I'm just going around.
Where you live? Which house you live in?
I live right down the street on Kremlin Ridge.
Oh, really? I don't know that house, but I'm gonna find it.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Well, you can come find it.
Okay.
I'm going around letting the neighbors know who I am, what I do.
What you do?
I'm a realtor.
Ooh, the way the sun is hitting your nose, me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do try to come knock at dusk for those specific reasons.
I know the sun just hitting you just right on your nose crease. You like my Golden State Warrior pants?
I don't.
You don't like the Warriors?
No.
I ain't buying no house from your ass. Get
Wrong
off my
You got to keep it authentic though, right?
You do,
and then once you get somebody to like you, right, to have conversations with you, even if you're debating with them, right? Don't let me knock on a Lakers fan door, right? And then we're gonna be there way longer than I want to be
because you're a Laker fan.
But then they're gonna remember me. I'm not a Laker fan.
Oh, you're not a Laker fan, so you're gonna knock on their door, talk shit about their team, and want to buy a house from.
And then they're gonna be like, you remember that annoying realtor that was down here knocking on the door, the one that don't like the Lakers?
Yeah,
call her.
Shout out to the Steve Urkel of real estate. How about you, Mark? What's your approach? Like your networking approach? You're meeting people.
So kind of the same
you
thing.
Use the voice on them. You use the voice, don't you?
I keep my my door knocking real short and straight to the point.
He sound like Ice-T?
Yeah.
Ice-T with two words so long orders. We gonna get him for you.
Ice-T.
Word to your mother.
No, I keep the most basic ass line. Sweet, man. No, man, because when you approach people at their doors, most of the time they don't want you there.
Like, what are you
of course
doing?
not. I'm sitting
at my door.
Nobody wants you there.
Yeah.
So a big thing that I try to do is read people right in the first few seconds of them of the way that they answer my questions, the way they approach me. If somebody answers the door with a mad look on their face, I'm gonna be straight, make it short and sweet.
Boom, boom,
right?
In and out.
If somebody answers the door, with a smile or the hey, how can I help you? Can I help you? Then you go into your spiel. Surprisingly, just say hypothetically 100 houses you knock on the door.
Yeah.
You're gonna get at least one person that's gonna be super friendly, maybe even open their door and ask you some questions.
You want some water, baby?
But here's the thing.
I just love your shirt.
Like you said, not to be a capitalist or nothing, but this is sales. We gotta sell ourselves. We gotta present ourselves as what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And in the sense of it, all it takes is one person to make a sale, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
And if you make a sale on that one person, guess what? You may get that neighbor that just saw that.
Yeah, I was going to talk to you guys about that too. We want to jump to this question, but I want to bring it back to that. We're going to talk about referrals, word of mouth, and the importance of customer service and sales, because that's really how you can exponentially grow
100%,
as an agent.
100%.
Anytime you're in sales, you treat your first 100 customers right. And then you get those people to refer you.
You treat them all right.
Treat them all right.
Treat them all right.
They double over. You hear that? Word of mouth is important. Treating people right.
You treat one bad and see how that spreads.
How can a homeowner from Kevin says, how can a homeowner get a market analysis? How can you do that?
You
contact your realtor. They can get that over to you.
She
KW.com.
She put her name in that shit like Maybach music.
Actually, you know what? Click on my profile. Am I on there? I'm not even on there. I'm Sabrina Brooks. Click on there and send me a DM.
We're going to get the people. We're going to get you. We're going to get the people in your socials and all of that good stuff out there.
So back to it, what the market analysis is, just to give everybody who's not understanding what that is. If, say, for instance, you're interested in selling your house or just knowing the neighborhood, what the value is in those houses.
Yep.
What it does, we take what's called comps. We take comps of the area. It's comparative market analysis. This is just getting a value of the average of homes in the area.
Yep.
And obviously some homes are more upgraded, may have a pool. Obviously those things come in effect after, but it's a generalization. It's an average of the homes in the market in the area, what the cost is. So that's what the analysis report is. So
So all we need is the address.
You need the address, and you can pull the comps in, and that's the homes that have been bought and sold,
and the ones that are for sale,
and the ones that are for sale, in that neighborhood, in that zip code, right? Within the last, what's the time frame on that?
We can break it down to your subdivision, within a mile out, versus
you got all the
your whole side of town, So you can pull the information generically, and then you can go deeper in looking at the listings out there, and you can compare different features for those houses and let a person know where they really truly fall in between those.
That's why it's important to work with a professional. Let's talk about the selling side. We're talking about buying. Let's talk about the selling side. When you're working with sellers right now, if you're out here, you're sitting on a property. I was talking to a friend of mine who inherited some property from, he was the last heir in his family. Whatnot, was you telling me the story? Inherited some property, and if you're looking to sell a property, in the near future, what can you do to best prepare yourself as a seller?
To best prepare yourself as a seller, go over your house from top to bottom and see what the actual state of your home is.
Sweep the floor.
Right? Sweep the floor. You got to do a lot. The things that a lot of people use to pick and choose what house it is that they're buying, you really got to look at it from a buyer's perspective. What will make somebody buy my house, right?
If you got a bad smell in your house, if you can't cook, if your house,
if your carpet is tore up,
your carpet raggedy, your house stanky. Some of y'all got that stanky house smell. It be in your clothes. Your coworkers are too polite to tell you.
So talk to your lender. Like if you're still paying a mortgage on your house, talk to your lender. You got to see how much it is that you owe on the property, what it is that you need to do to sell it. Talk to a real estate professional and figure out how much you actually can sell your property for.
If you're going to walk away with some profit.
Yeah, if you're going to walk away with some profit. And then honestly, if you're smart, you would get your own appraisal done or get your own home inspection done and take care of any of those heres and theres that you are advised that could help improve the value.
2 words. I wanted you to touch on that too, the importance of inspections and appraisals. The importance of inspections and appraisals. Talk to us about that, Mark.
So if you look into purchase the home, normally those fees are based on it's for the buyer, right? So you're getting an inspection of your house. This is checking like the functionality, if the house is working, if the appliances, things like that.
Because it can be pretty on the outside, but you got some structural problems, foundational problems, cooling problems.
And there's a line of inspections you can get on homes. You got your general inspection where people just pay the traditional inspector to come through, but to get an actual in-depth inspection. You got people that got mold in homes don't even know this, right? They're living in the walls to actually see the guts inside a house. You know, if you get a plumber in there to do a thorough inspection of the lines and scope and things like that, that's different. You got pool inspections, roof inspections, structurals, all kinds of things. The appraisals, again, that's another fee that's on the buyer as well. But this is a fee that's it comes from the bank, right? The bank wants to know that they want to secure their investment, know that it's smart. If I'm lending you money, I want to know that this property is worth it. So they're going to have an appraiser go out there and do a visual look on the house and see if the house is actually worth the price that you're getting. That they're lending you, right? So,
Brother, great point about lending. I wish we had more time, man. We're gonna talk about lending a little bit next week. We're gonna bring some brokers on next week and continue this series on home buying and get it more so into the financial side. But both of you, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention this, both of you are veterans, right? And I know I went through Navy Federal for my last home loan because Navy Federal has tremendous programs. If you're affiliated with the military armed services in any way, I qualify because my grandfather, shout out to Ardie Bugs, rest in peace. But Navy Federal has great lending and loan programs. In the time that we have left, shout out a couple other lending loan programs, people that you know for those resources of people looking out here looking to get pre-approved, and then make sure you tell the people where they can reach you.
Okay, well, right now I've been working hand in hand a lot with Cross Country Mortgage, Kobe Sherlock team.
Free commercial, cut the check. Kobe.
You can reach me at Sabrina Brooks at kw.com, sabrinabrooks.kw.com, 480-828-5888.
Dang, she gave y'all the Mike Jones.
Don't be calling me if y'all don't want nothing.
You the one got your pretty face on the radio. They gonna be calling you like,
don't be calling me if y'all don't want nothing.
I got a 320 credit score. What can you do for me, baby girl?
Instagram at The Dream Supplier.
Okay.
TikTok at The Dream Supplier. You know what? I'm surprised The Dream Supplier was not taken on a lot of these platforms. But that's what I do. I supply dreams. So yeah, holla at me.
All right. If you want your dream supply, you holla at Sabrina. How about you, Mark?
All right, so if y'all want to reach out to me, y'all can reach me at, like I said, the good old South 281-989-1402. Email is marcnvre@gmail.com. Pretty much like she said, it's a competitive game out here. The real estate brokerages are all, we all provide professional services. It's who you're comfortable working with.
Right.
That's kind of how I tell everybody. With the lending side, the same thing. I work with different lenders just to find the right fit for my client. Trilingual, bilingual, some people are more comfortable in different ways. So I keep a variety of people on my team. So
yeah, and if not, this is a resource for you guys to tap in with either Mark or Sabrina, man. If not them, they can connect you with other people. As Mark just said, man, I want to thank you both for taking the time on this Saturday afternoon. We try to have fun and talk about, news you can use on the Comedy Cypher. We had a lot of fun. It's a dope conversation. Definitely going to have you guys back to continue this conversation on this very, very important subject. Big E, thank you once and again for pushing the buttons over there, turning the knobs and doing all that you do. Catch us next week on the Comedy Cypher. We'll continue dope discussions just like this with more great guests. Thank you guys for jumping in with your questions today. Check us out, Black 11 Entertainment. You can follow us on all social. You can follow me, Already Got Jokes, on Instagram, and Black 11 Entertainment on all social. As I said, Headliners is coming at you. Pray about it. We're going to be bringing you what you need soon. You can tell your girl the tickets is out. Until then, catch us next week on the Comedy Cypher.